YouTube? It's your girl Heavenly Porcelain back with another video, and today I'm bringing to you guys part 2 of being albino. Let's get educated. What is albinism? Living in this skin. Okay, so basically part 2 is going to correspond with part 1, so I want you guys to pause this video. If you didn't watch part 1, please make your way onto that video to watch part 1, because part 1 corresponds with part 2. So, you know, watch part 1, then you can come on to part 2. I really appreciate it if you guys did. It's going to be the same thing as the other one. 5 facts this video, 5 facts in the other video, and that will bring 10 facts together for you beautiful people to understand what is albinism, okay? So, also I want to say thank you guys for bringing me 167 subscribers. I really appreciate it. We're almost at 200. That is 167 people that subscribe to me, that enjoy watching me. So I thank you guys for believing in me and watching me move forward in this journey. So with further ado, I bring you guys part 2. Let's get into the video. Dangers of having albinism. Having albinism does come with dangers. Some of us experience different dangers depending on where we are located on the globe. For example, my danger would be different from my friends that have albinism in Tanzania. The dangers that I face are, 1, I have to be careful with who I come into contact with and who I entrust to be around me, because a lot of people, or some people, have fetishes for people that have albinism. 2, I have to be careful with who I date and who I entrust, because a lot of people, or some people, will try to set us up. You know, you don't know who their family members are, you don't know what they worship, you don't know their culture, things of that nature. We have to be careful with, because men or women will try to set people with albinism up to sell their organs to the black market. All types of things like that go on that are unsaid, you know what I'm saying? 3, I have to be careful where I travel, because not every country is accepting. Like, you know, I'm from Miami, Florida, so I'm safe in Miami. I'm okay in Miami. You know, everybody has met at least one person, maybe, because, you know, some people like, I never seen somebody with albinism before, but in Miami, it's different from me traveling to another country. You know, if I travel to another country, I have to be extremely careful. I have to know what goes on. I have to know their laws. I have to know everything like that, because not every country is accepting of people like me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's very imperative with certain stuff. I also have to be careful with who I have sexual contact with, because, you know, men or women will try to have sexual contact with people with albinism, believing that we can cure their HIV/AIDS. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is super scary. It happens all the time. It happens all the time in Africa, you know, but it does happen in the United States as well. So we have to be very careful with who we even entrust, who we befriend, who we add on Facebook, who we add on Instagram, who we add on Snapchat. It's very scary, certain things that we go through, but those are some of the dangers that I myself can face or go through. In Tanzania, my brothers and sisters face dangers every day. In Africa, they believe that we are special creatures that can cure HIV, can cure diseases, can bring them magical powers. It's so much stuff that goes on in Africa, and it's very dangerous over there. It's extremely dangerous, and it's sad at some of the stuff that they believe. They don't believe that we're human, you know. They believe that we were sent from the gods, or we were sent from another unhuman thing, you know. They believe that we are magical creatures, and it's really saddening at the things that they do to us in Africa and Tanzania. And I'm going to tell you guys about some of those things. In Tanzania, people with albinism can't even sleep. They can't even live in peace. You know what I'm saying? They raid our houses. They take us away from our families. They kidnap babies, adults, young children. And after they kidnap us and take us away, they mutilate us. They chop our body parts apart. They cut babies' heads off. They chop adults. They kill us. They take our parts. They take our organs. Or they'll leave us there. Sometimes they leave us there. You know, they'll take one body part, take the head, leave the body, take the head. They'll take whatever it is that they want, that they desire. They'll take it to witch doctors to do voodoo, Santeria, whatever it is that you guys believe in or like to call it. They take it and they put it on us. They put it on our body parts. You know what I'm saying? And they do ritualistic practices with people with albinism. They sell our body parts to the rich, you know, for the rich to do as they please with us, believing that we can cure their problems, that we can cure their diseases, that we can cure what they have going on. You know what I'm saying? And that is not okay. To take us, kill us, just because we have no melanin, you know? And that's what it is. We have no melanin. We're not magical creatures. We're not magical beings. And they believe this in Africa. And, you know, another thing is, it's sad that I can't travel to Africa. I can't travel to Tanzania. I can't travel to my roots, you know what I'm saying, without being afraid that something's gonna happen to me. You know, I can't travel there. I won't be able to go there. And it's sad that I can't go there all because I have no melanin. Because I have no melanin. Because I have blonde hair. Because I have blue eyes. Because I have no melanin. You know? I'm a magical being. I'm a magical creature. That is what sucks the most. And it just, it hurts so bad to see the things that they do to people like me. You know, I'm happy that I'm here in the United States. Okay, no shade. I'm happy that I am here because if I was somewhere in Africa or if I was somewhere else, who knows what would happen to me? You know, I wouldn't even be here to be giving you guys this story, you know, to be giving you guys these facts. So that's really something that goes on in Tanzania, and that's the dangers that people with albinism face in Tanzania. And so let me get out of my serious side. Sorry guys, that topic kills me. Okay, it kills me. But if you guys want to learn more about this topic, you guys can search it up. You guys can Google it. Please do. Please educate yourself. I think there's some articles with it. There's a lot of information on what goes on in Tanzania and what happens to people with albinism in Tanzania. So please search it up if you're interested. I know I didn't go into full detail, into full depth, but there's way more to learn. So please go and look it up. Disabilities with albinism. Being categorized as legally blind is probably something that affects us the most, physically at least, you know, because some of us can't do what some of us can do. You know, for example, some of us actually have to walk around with canes because we can't see. You know, we can't see, you know, our vision is different.
They saying I drove a getaway car, but I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm legally blind. So you want to be Houston? Man, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm a fish man. I did not drive no getaway car. I'm legally blind. How'd you get wrapped up with these folks? I got wrapped up. I was walking down the street and I caught a ride.
So you don't know these folks, that's what you're saying?
I know two of them. I don't know the other two. They saying I drove a getaway car, but I'm legally blind, so how I'm gonna drive a car?
Did you know what happened to the 7th
albinism and driving. All of us are told that we will never be able to drive. And you know, although some of us are unable to break that assumption, a lot of us are, such as myself. I am able to drive. And you know, I feel like it is not impossible to drive, you know, and that's what they make it seem like to all of us that have albinism, like we will never be able to drive, we will never be able to see this, we will never be able to see that. But some of us are doing it, you know, some of us are breaking that assumption. And you know, it's not impossible, like I said, with the right doctor, with the right help behind you, with the right tools that you need. It is possible to drive with albinism, and I am doing it. And you know, my parents were very scared to let me drive, and you know, that's understandable. But I feel like as if other people with disabilities can drive, people that have no legs, people that are little people, people that have no arms, if they can do it, I can do it too. And I had to kind of let that resonate with myself and others, that I can drive as well, and I can see just as fine with the tools that I have. And at the end of the day, when the people that you rely on are gone and off this earth, if you don't know how to do it, you're going to be stuck, you're going to be stranded. And I really didn't want that to be me, as far as I'm relying on, I can't drive here, I can't drive there, nobody will let me drive here, nobody will let me drive there. At the end of the day, when they're gone, I'm going to be by myself, and I'm not going to be able to do it if I'm stuck in that I can't do it mentality. So that is something about albinism and driving. School and vision. I grew up in a public school system, and I would say that my parents always made sure that I had what I needed when it came to school and my vision. Some things that I had was, I had an IEP, which is basically when you have meetings during the year, several throughout the year, to make sure that your learning plan is how it needs to be, that I have the tools that I need, that my lady that comes to see me, I have a special person, a special aide that would come see me maybe once a month, and we would do stuff for my vision, or like they would check on my vision. I would do like math questions, reading questions that had to pertain to my vision. So I had an IEP in place. I had my glasses, of course. I had my magnifier. I had my reading dome, like literally like a big circle thing that you like put on a paper and like reading the words. I had a long magnifying dome. I had a CCTV screen. Basically it's a TV screen, like a TV, like real old school, and it has a flat thing for the paper. You get the paper, put it on top, and you move it around, and the screen projects the words that is on the paper, and you can make it bigger or smaller depending on how your vision is. I had that. What else I had? I had a monocular, like a thing that it's kind of like a binocular, but it's called a monocular, you know, and you put it to the board, and like you turn it, and it can make the words bigger or smaller. I really didn't like it. It was very difficult. It was hard to just logically look at the board and have this big monocular scrolling the board, like one word I see, all right, next word, like it just didn't work for me. But anything you can name, I had it if it came to vision and school. Yeah. Let's get into some fun facts. I actually used to be in ESC classes or like an ESC like little program, and basically typically everybody knows ESC as for classes for the special kids, but that is one thing that people don't know, or some kids don't know about ESC. Just because you are in an ESC class does not generally mean that you are a special kid. It just means that, you know, whether it's you need extra time, you need help with your attention span, you need vision like me, that is what ESC provides to you. So some of my friends probably didn't know, but I was in ESC classes and they helped a lot. You know, I get extra time, I have gotten extra time, I still get extra time, and I'm in college. So the ESC classes or certain things that they have set up for people that need extra help are very helpful. And that is one fun fact that maybe some of my friends don't know about me. Social disabilities with albinism. Some social disabilities of having albinism are bullying, being ostracized, low self-esteem, and most importantly, it's hard for some people with albinism to make friends because they allow their disability to make them. They are not making their disability. You get what I'm saying? It took me a long time to get to where I am, the spot that I'm in, the comfort that I have within myself and who I am. It took me a long time to get there, and I realized that after I started not letting my disability rule me, I ruled my disability, then the problems, they didn't disappear fully, but they are gone. They're in a box, you know? So that is some social disabilities with albinism. We break barriers. There are so many influential people who have albinism. And to name a few, we have Deandra Forrest. She is a model. She was in Beyonce's Pretty Hurts music video. You guys can go check that out. We have Ava Clark. Ava Clark is a child model. She has been seen doing some things with Beyonce as well. You have Sean Ross. He's a male model with albinism, and he has taken the social media by storm. We have Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper actually has ocular albinism. And I told you guys about that in my first video, that males can have albinism, but it's only in their eyes. Isn't that crazy? Anderson Cooper has albinism. I know some of you guys didn't know that. We also have Rev. Jesse Douglas Sr., and he was actually a part of history. He is a part of history. It's just most people do not know about him. But he was actually Martin Luther King's right-hand man. And he was known as the unidentified white male. But what they didn't know is that Rev. Jesse Douglas Sr. had albinism. Isn't that funny? I know. So basically, he would go into the all-white protests and rallies because obviously he fit in at that time, and he would take that information and bring it back to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And that would help him did and do what he did today to help us with our rights and things of that nature. So Rev. Jesse Douglas Sr. was a part of history. He helped us get some of the information that we needed today for Dr. Martin Luther King to do what it was that he had to do. So that's something amazing as well. And we also have Yellow Man. He is a reggae artist. He's Jamaican, and he is very well known as well. There are a lot of models, there's a lot of actors, actresses that have albinism as well that are very successful, and I just wanted to say that we break barriers. We are just like you all. We're normal people with normal lives, with normal hobbies, with normal passions. It's just we have a few disabilities. That's it. That's all. So that is a couple people that break barriers that have albinism. Check yourself. Please, when you see somebody that has albinism, do not refer to them as that albino girl, albino. Don't do it. Why? Because calling somebody that albino or albino girl is the same or equivalent to calling that person a midget, any other derogatory words you would say to any other person is the same as calling them that. So I don't like it. It irks my nerves. It upsets me. Some of us don't care, but I care because I just feel like at the end of the day, that's not what defines me. I'm a person that has albinism. I'm not that albino or albino. That's not my name. That's not my race. You understand? So be careful with what you say and how you say it to people. Myths and superstitions. For examples of myths and superstitions are that 1. We do not have red eyes. Nobody has red eyes unless they are an animal with albinism or a demon from hell. So please stop with the red eye controversy. Yes, when we take pictures with flash, our eyes come out red, but that's because of how light our eyes are. Anybody with light eyes has red eye when they take pictures. 2. No, we are not magical creatures or angels falling from the sky or any of that shenanigans. If I was a magical being, it definitely would be a whole different story right now. 3. No, we are not demons, demonic, or anything of that nature. We are literally human beings with no melanin, so please do not assume that as well. 4. No, our organs or body parts are not magical or anything special. We cannot cure your problems or fix diseases. If that was the case, I would have been curing my own problems. To conclude, with that being said, before judging a book by its cover and being ignorant, be sure to check yourself first and get educated. Period. As you guys can see here, this is me and my little sister. This is a photo shoot that we did for a statement shoot, along with the photo that is in part 1. If you guys didn't see it, please go watch it. If you guys would like to learn more about this shoot, the story behind this shoot, please check out my Instagram. It will be linked below, as well as the name is at I Am Porcelain. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you guys learned, got educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.